Hey, warm greetings and welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to build safety into our movements. The first video, I taught you how to stand. The second video, I taught you how to step. Now this video, I'm going to teach you how to move and build safety into those movements. And you're going to learn how to dodge, evade, and avoid getting hit. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to begin with a quick warm-up and review of some of the opening motions and some of the footwork that we did before. And then we're going to go right into a series of 3 techniques for evading and avoiding getting hit. The first will be the shifting. The second is what we call the shift horse. And the last one is called a 7-star dodge. So we'll begin with our basic standing position. We're going to start with our hands beneath our chest, and we're going to open up 2. Right now, we're going to step forward. Now, this is your basic fighting stance, if you recall that. Now, remember, we're not going to use hands this time, so don't worry about that so much. So you can just keep your hands by your side, and we'll focus on that later. Right now, remember what I said. We have to build the foundation from the ground up. So we're going to start with the footwork and the standing positions first. Now, as I said before, this is the standing. We also went into some of the basic movement. Remember, we did the triangle step, back and forth to the side, right? All maintaining that 80-20 stance. And then we went into some of the basic side steps, which is basically the arrow step to the different side, and then arrow stepping back, right? We did the different side step, combined it with the triangle footwork. So you get this nice footwork pattern for cutting across and setting up angles outside of the line of attack, right? So I want you to keep in mind, just imagine this imaginary line down the center and stuff. So what we're going to do for this one is what's called we'll start with the shifting first. So bring your feet together and open up 1, 2. Now the shifting, what you're going to do is it's like opening a door. There's the line of attack that comes right down the middle. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift, and you're going to bring this foot with you across the line, just outside the line, right? And most of your weight is going to be on the back, and you're going to shift to that side. You go to the other side, you shift again, right? You want to be completely on the other side. So the whole idea is if someone is coming in for an attack, you want to completely be able to just evade. It's a very simple motion. So just imagine you wouldn't stand in front of an oncoming train. So the whole idea is take the first step, but just get out the way. So that's the first one. That's called the regular shifting. Now let's add a couple more moves to that. So you got the shift to the right. This is a kind of a cat stance here where most of the weight is on the back leg and you're on the ball of the feet here. You shift to the other side, right? You completely shift off the line, and then you come back to center and you have the center line again. Now, the second part of the shifting, after you do the right, the left, you come back, lean. That's in case you have punches coming in. You need to be able to lean back. So if you're in a small space and you can't really shift out the weight the way you want to, you can always lean. That's the third. So we go 1, 2, 3. That's the third technique. The fourth, you're going to duck, squat down, you come back up, and then you come back up again on the other side, and you're back to center. Couple things about the squatting down, and I do mean squat. Some people like to do this. That's a terrible technique for your lower back. Don't do it. You'll see why that's important once we throw the hands into it. You want to bend almost like you're sitting on a chair, and you go down as far as you can underneath the strike or kick or whatever, and go all the way down. You got it. So now if we do that from the side, it looks like this. So we got 1, 2, lean, 4, 5. That's one side. Now, when you do the other side, you go to the out. You start with the opposite way. You go 1, 2, square off, go to the left, all the way down as far as you can go, all the way down as far as you can go, and then back up. Here's another thing I see students do. Not only do they duck this way, which puts them off balance, they look down at the ground. It's not where you want to look. That's why you want to keep your head up, keep your spine straight, and just squat down. Keep your eye on your opponent. You don't want to have your head down like that, especially if someone throws an axe kick. You don't want that to happen. So you need to keep an eye on where they're at. Now, this is more advanced, but it puts you in a really good position for doing things like sweeps. You can come back up, right? So say you duck a move, a punch, you could throw a quick sweep. That's not what you're going to do today, though. That's just a little bit more advanced, and we'll work on that later. So here's the sequence. It's a 10 count sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the shifting. This one is called the shift horse. Now, what's key about this, go back to the beginning, I'm going to open up. This is a good habit. This is going to incorporate your triangle footwork and your triangle footwork and shifting together. From here, the shift horse, you're going to shift to one side here, shift to the other side, triangle step back, heel to alignment, triangle step forward, and then square off again. And you do the other side, shift, shift, triangle step back, triangle step forward, and back to center. That's the shift horse. When we throw the hands in it, it gets a little bit more complicated. But let's just focus on the lower part first. Now, the difference with this is you're not shifting completely off the line. You're just shifting 1, 2, come in for cat stance, step back into your 80-30 stance, pivot the front foot to clear opening, step forward, and you're still on that line, right? And then step back. Now, this is the shift horse, but this one primarily is not so much focused on angles as it is just the footwork and stuff. So we'll do it again. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, you wouldn't really use that by itself. You have to put the hands in with it, and you see why you need the hands, because if you're going to do everything where the line of attack, your center line is still exposed, you need to make sure you use the hands. Again, don't worry about that. We'll do that in the next following lessons. I want you to get the footwork down first, okay? So we'll do it from this angle, shift horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, square off. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, and square off again, okay? So that's the shift horse. Couple pointers on that. Now I'll give you a couple things. Make sure you have your knees are soft. You want to, it's a high horse stance, slight pigeon toe, not too exaggerated, because it actually don't go too crazy with that. But just basically, if you bend your knees, there's a natural tendency for them to move inward if you push them forward. Okay, anyway, so from here, you're going to shift. Now, when you shift, it's easy to shift if you're on the balls of your feet as opposed to shifting the whole flat foot. You're going to feel all that friction. The way you want to do it is basically if you can imagine, those office chairs with the balls on the bottom. The reason they don't have so much friction is because it's the least amount of friction touching the ground. So think about the ball of your feet, even if you're flat footed. I'll show you this way. I always think in terms of, you can see me here, right? If this is my flat foot, I'm going to bend my toe up. I'm going to bend the heel up. So that way I have the least amount of friction when I'm actually moving on the surface itself. I'll show you. So you go, if you're flat footed on the surface, you want to bring your toe up, bring your heel up, and then that way you have the least amount of friction. I think you got the idea there. So let's go ahead and open up. We'll do it one more time. So on the balls of your feet, 1, 2, triangle step back. On the ball of your feet again, triangle step forward. And then same thing here, right? And then you go to the other side, here. And for the most part, you want to be on the balls of your feet when you do footwork anyway, because again, the least amount of friction and stuff. There's a place for being flat-footed and on your heels, but that we'll talk about that later. And so when we talk about some of the other types of stances and footworks and things like that. Okay, the very last one I want to show you is a bit more involved. That is called the 7 dodges and stuff. So again, imagine a star in the middle of the area. This star represents the various directions you can go in and stuff. Now, the 7-star dodges actually combines many of the different footworks. So with the 7-star, you're going to go from here. We start off with the shifting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're going to sidestep 6 and go back, go step back, sidestep to the other side, right? Now you go to the side, directly to the side here, and you go back here, and you go back. And then you're going to arrow step at it about 45-degree back, and then to the other side. Okay? So basically, I'll count it so you can see how many different positions. Maybe I should do it from this direction. So we start out with shift towards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then we got to go to the side. Okay. So what that does is it teaches you how to move in several different directions. And the main thing with that is you'll notice when I taught you before about the side step, right? The side step, you go at an angle, but really you can side step, which is a side step is basically an arrow step, right? Because most of your weight is on the front. But we only did maybe the 45-degree angles. But you could also side step forward, backwards at different angles, right? And this angle here is where you just basically go to the side. And the last one I didn't show you is the hop back, right? That's another way of evading. So let's put this all together. This one is a little bit more involved. And forgive me if I get to count a little bit crazy because it is a little bit more involved. So we start from here. We do shift 1, shift 2, square off, lean, duck, side step, 45, 45 back, side step, 45, 45 back. Now we're going to go to the side. Right here. Now we'll go at this angle, go back. Now, when you come back, you can always you can square off. That's fine. That could be your set point. And then the final one, when you get back here, you people use that. You don't have to just have this step with one foot. You can actually hop back out of range. And that's a pretty good way of dodging an incoming kick or strike. Not just leaning back, but actually moving your whole body back. Okay, so let's do it from this side. And I'll count. That way you can, on the rewind, you can watch the count. So I'll do it slow. So we'll do hands, shift right, shift left, square off, lean, duck, side step 45, retreat, side step the other side 45, retreat, side step. This one is to 0 degrees. So you're just going to go to the side and go to the side. Now you're going to go back 45 and back and 45 and back. And then that's the final one. So it looks like a star, the whole motion that you're doing and stuff. All right, so we went over the shifting, which again is you go 1, 2, right? That's the basic shift. The other one is you go 1, 2, lean, duck, and then you go here, and then you back again and you reverse it. Now you'll see all these kind of build one sequence goes on the other. Shift horse, remember everything stays here. You go 1, 2, triangle step back, triangle step forward, square off, shift again, triangle step back on the opposite side, step forward, and square off. Okay? Then the final one, the dodges, right? Shift, lean, duck, duck, side step, retreat, side step, retreat, and then 2 steps back. Okay, how was that? I hope that helped you out. Trust me, once you get all these footwork patterns down, you got a lot to work with. Right? But once you start throwing things like sweeps and every kicks and all kinds of stuff in there, but the main thing is you want to be pretty good on your feet, and you want to take advantage of the leans, the shift, the ducks, because you definitely don't want to run into a punch. So rule number 1, get out the way. Get out the way first, and then you can move in, or at least set yourself up for the next attack. Because these allow you to create different angles, right? Because if it's a strike coming in, you got a variety of different ways you can move in. You can move in to the inside, but it's probably more effective in many cases to step to the outside and duck. And even when you duck, you got different angles, right? So I hope that wasn't too confusing. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments. Go by the name Sifu Khonsura Wilson. Thank you for your time. Keep practicing, and I look forward to the next lesson. Stay inspired and inspirational.